Without any further ado, I welcome Lisa Arena from Windsor, Ontario. That's the town I got engaged in, of all places. So welcome, Lisa.
Thank you. Thank you so much for having me. I'm super excited to be presenting today. If you can just actually go to the next slide. I wrote about me here too. Okay, so I've actually been a realtor for over 15 years. I work on the Chris Camboris team. I actually originally am from Toronto, moved to Windsor about 6 years ago because of the excitement of Windsor. That was when Windsor was just starting to take off. So I do work on the Chris Camboris team, and I offer, we do buy, sells, new homes, but I specialize in investors. I have a whole team with us. So we have property managers, mortgage brokers, contractors, and all that. So we offer full service, our team. So I love, yeah, you can go to the next slide. That's fine. Thanks. Okay, so Windsor, I called it a city of transformation and growth. So it has been named one of the top 20 places in Canada to invest by the influential corporate real estate and business publication, Site Magazine. It's a great location if you're either starting into investing or if you already have a big portfolio. Affordability and livability. It is more affordable than other metropolitan areas in Canada, and it's really fast growing as well. I do a lot of out-of-town investors. So there are a few of in-town investors, but a lot of them are coming from out of town. So we're located right on the Detroit River, bordering Detroit. We're connected by the Ambassador Bridge. We're also connected by the tunnel, and they're in the process of also making a second bridge. It's called the Gordie Howe Bridge, and it's making a lot of businesses come here, and we're really excited. That should be opening in another few years. We are anchored by the automotive industry, and there's plenty of room for growth. So transportation, manufacturing, and tourism are all part of Windsor's economy. Next slide. Vacancy rates. So as per CHMC, last year the vacancy rate was in 2020 was high at 3.6. That's because of COVID, obviously. So that's why I provided the years prior to that. 2019 was 2.6, 2018 was 2.5, and 2017 was 2.2. Windsor's population is now estimated at over 337,670 and is culturally diverse. And this is quite interesting. According to the 2016 census, 71% of people own versus 29% are renting. Also, the average rent for a 2-bedroom apartment increased by 8.7%. So that's pretty exciting. Next slide. So I'm presenting March's statistics from last month. This is mind-blowing. The average price of a home in Windsor, Essex is $531,805, which is up 49.41% compared to March last year. So that's pretty crazy. The number of units was 700, and last year was 504, so that's a lot more. And yeah, that's crazy stats. The year-to-date average is 511,000, which is up 37.6% over 2020. It's pretty crazy. So next slide. Okay, so I'll be presenting two really great opportunities. So the first one I want to tell you about was 5285 Wyandotte. It's a 7-plex. They're asking 999,990. The gross income is 73,216, and over there you'll see all the expenses. So the expenses are 20,676, which gives you 52,539 net income. Under the photos, I've included all of the price per room which you can get. The cap rate there is about 5.3%. This is a pretty downtown, good location. I mean, there's no bad areas in Windsor, if I'm being honest. Like, you won't find any bad, dangerous streets. That's what's so great about Windsor too. The crime rate's really low, which is funny because we border with Detroit, which is like the highest crime, but the crime is really low. And The downtown central is where you find a lot of the renters. This one particular, it's in a great central location, so it's no problem. As you can see, it's fully tenanted too, so you have no problems with finding tenants here. Okay, next slide. The next one I have is a duplex, 864,000, 864 Peary is a duplex asking $299,900. Now, Windsor is a very strong seller's market. So this property isn't actually worth that price. It's probably worth in the mid fours to high, probably even high fours. It kind of depends, which is kind of crazy. It's not unusual to be seeing those prices, but that's why it's so important to have a good agent that will tell you what it's actually worth. So when you see the home, you'll be like, wow, what a deal. But then you'll see that they're holding the offers, and I'll be able to tell you what it's actually going to sell for. So this one, this is why, so the actual, so you'd get on the main floor, 1,300, upper floor, 780, and lower floor, 966. So it kind of depends on what kind of property it is, but I'll be able to kind of give you an idea. If you're looking for the amounts of rents you can get for, let's say, a 3-bedroom home, if it's renovated, you can get about $1,500 to $1,800 a month. And let's say, you have an upper unit and it's a 2-bedroom, you could probably get about $1,400. And then downstairs, obviously it depends on the size and all that, but you can easily get up to $1,000 for a basement as well. So that's pretty good information for you to know. So this particular property, the total expenses are $13,000 roughly. So the net operating income is $23,138. The cap rate at the asking price would be 7.7%, but it's a really slim chance it's going to sell for that. You used to be able to get really good cap rates here before the prices went crazy. But right now it would probably sell around 450. That's why I gave you that the cap rate would probably be around 5.1 if you're going to value it. Now, the good thing about also having a realtor here to kind of, help you navigate through everything is it's good to know that because the prices of the homes have gone up so much in the last 5 years, a lot of the tenants aren't really paying up to date rent. So it's really important to know, before you buy, is it vacant, or, are you putting people in there? So you just want to make sure that obviously your expenses are going to cover, what you're paying for the house. So make sure that you have a really, really good sense of what you could be getting versus what the actual tenant is paying right now. So that's some kind of good information to tell you. But yeah, that's basically about it. Windsor's fantastic. The weather's great here. It's very warm. It's the most southern point in all of Canada, really. So we call it like the Florida. And a lot of people have not only been investing here, but also moving here because it's a great place to live. So yeah, that's probably about it. If you have any questions, I'll be happy to answer them all.
We have a minute or two if anyone has a question, and otherwise, yeah, I'm sure you're going to get a few follow-up folks. A quick question I had for you, Lisa, was what's the limitations, or how do you raise rents in your province? What's it based on?
So we do have a cap. So it depends on, you can only increase it by a certain percentage every year. So if you have, that's why it's better to have it vacant, because you'll probably still, if someone's been there for 10 years, even if you raised it, it wouldn't really be up to date rent. So a lot of people, what they like to do is, if it does have tenants, get vacant possession, renovate it to get even more money, because the renovated units get more money per unit as well. So people do like to do the renovations and then put new tenants in there. That being said, there's also a lot of opportunity for, I didn't mention it here, but student rentals, because we have the University of Windsor here. We also have St. Clair College. So there's a lot of opportunities as well with student rentals, if that's your thing as well. But sorry, just to get off topic, yeah, you can only raise them by a certain amount. So,
what is it this year?
I have to double check. I will, I don't want to.
It's all good to put you on the spot. You can throw in the chat box once you find it.
Yes, I'll do that. I'll do that throughout the night. Perfect.
Awesome. Thank you, Lisa.
Welcome.
That was wonderful. Thank you.